Alright, so let's see if there's any sound here. Alright, test, test, test. Alrighty, Brinks is open. Looks like we have sound on both ends. So first thing I'm going to do before I even think about taking a trade this morning. What a sell-off yesterday, man. They had a really nice stop hunt. Let me see if I can circle this and come back to it. Perfect stop hunt. Like, you can really see it here on the 5. It literally came through, pinned the EMA, couldn't get over it, and just dropped. Didn't even have to wait for the 15-minute on that one. So it's the day prior. I pushed it up straight off the open yesterday. Never came back to it. This is all just, they're manipulating the markets for the news. We did have a couple good plays yesterday. Everything kept dropping though. So I think we took a trade from like here to here, and maybe another one from like here to here, and it just kept coming down, which is why I was happy to be done with it, out of the way pretty early yesterday. Now if we look at the 4 hour, give Gives you a lot better idea of what we're actually doing here. So all of these red vectors are basically liquidity building positions yesterday for the market makers. Sometimes we continue selling off when we see these, but I'm really thinking that we're going to come down into this area today before FOMC. Maybe even tap the range daily, range weekly low, something like that. So I'm actually gonna let me color this box in. I'm gonna make it bright teal too, that way I remember. Why did I put this here? Right there. Yep, so I'm gonna lock this in place so that way I don't accidentally move it. And then we still have these. I do not anticipate them to come back for these on New York Open. I think we'll get another push down first. I'll lock that one in place as well. These are a 4-hour. And then I have a alert set on the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, just so keep that in mind. Let me rename this. There we go. Now I'll remember what it is whenever it notifies me. So daily time frame, we have red vectors at the highs, but notice we only had this one green. I would have anticipated like greens all the way to here if we were done. Like say we were going to continue rolling over. Because you can go back here and see. No, I guess it's not on here either. We did have a nice gap. That was a while back. Doesn't work as much on the daily, but I'm not working on the daily time frame anyway. Let's go back, check the 1 hour. So all these gray areas are previous vector candles that have not been recovered. Like here's a W formation that was not taken back yet. Maybe a red blue at the high on the 1 hour. I don't consider this at the lows. They'll want to come back down and fill that blue vector for sure. I'm anticipating something more like, you know, maybe here and then here. That's kind of what I'm thinking on the hourly, except I think it's going to happen on a lot shorter time frame. So let me move this back. Let's do something like this. Let's see, what time is FOMC? Visual order, no. Okay, I'm going to lock this. So we're looking for a W somewhere underneath that 200 EMA on the 4 hour, ideally. starting it early. It's actually a really good place to take a short from, possibly. We have just too much time. So here on the 15-minute, we have, ooh, cannot see this at all. We'll do red, why not? We have imbalances here and here. These sections, I think we're gonna break the range. We'll at least come back down to here. I don't think this looks like a W formation right now. Not like a continuation. I'm pretty sure we're gonna break lower. The same imbalances are also on the 5-minute. We have green vectors here at the lows. Red-green is usually a good reversal at the lows like this. But they'll probably sweep Asian low. I should go ahead and mark off Asian low. We're gonna lock that in. So we have Asian low and Asian high. Looks right. Asia high. We're gonna lock that one in as well. There you go. Then we'll knock off the high for London as well. For now, obviously London and New York interchange together, so. think I like this music a little better. One that was putting me to sleep. How about that for an open? get there faster than I thought. So we've already came back.
What if you could...
We're just going to take it short here because I'm pretty sure that they are going to break lower. They've got all these imbalances down here to take back. I don't think that they're done yet. If it starts to find some legs on it, we'll get out. Basically coming back up and testing this range right here at 7.2s. We'll put our stops here above this one. It looks like it could go straight forward if it wanted to. It's gonna be nasty. Might just take us right out. So I'm gonna go a little bit above that. Yeah, see, wick for wick. They came back and took it just a little bit above. If I hadn't moved it, I would have been stopped out. Now I'm going to trail it though, because I don't want to sit through. Yeah, we should sell off from here. Again, re-break the lows, possibly. It's only 25 seconds left of this first 5-minute candle. I really want to see it flush here. A 5-minute candle. Kind of looking like a W on the 15-second. I don't want it to break above this 50 EMA. Right there is the New York VWAP. Leaving wicks upside, which is good. They're going to want to recover this blue vector, but a lot of times when you see this is basically like 3 pushes on the one and then blue recovery, gotta be careful that this is not a reversal. So we're going to keep it tight. has been like the trap. They don't come back for this when they want to go down. Looks like it's starting kind of to fail price and get stagnant. No news has changed since yesterday as far as I know. Let's see if we can go take this 350. No, that's a fast push lower, and there's no top wick, so they're actually going to come up for this. Yeah, there it goes. I was just about to stop myself out there. Let's see if it flips back down again. They did barely break the low. Or the low of New York session. Flush the low again. Very indecisive market today. Taken back almost 50%. This looks very similar to yesterday. We had a red green stop hunt, red reversal. Then now we have another green. They like to take these greens back. This might be one of those days we can actually hold this trade a while. Okay, now we're red again. So all these imbalances can or will be left for FOMC to come back to later today. Unless they wait until Friday for Powell. Okay, we're not going to risk it coming back up to this wick again. It should start breaking down from here. This is the third time that it's came to this price point. Just during New York. Should at least take back this green 5-minute candle. About 371 is the body of that previous red vector on the 5. Pretty sure they're gonna come take the low of the day. I'm gonna move stop to break even. Let's see if I can just flush from here. Definitely want to see it break the low. So there's the low. day. Came close. I'll move this to the 1 minute so I can get a better idea of what we're looking at here. If this is, oh, it's not a violet yet. If it's really going to, if it's going to end up breaking the low. See, right now we basically just made a W. A double bottom on the daily. See if they try again. Moving my stops down a bit. Actually, there. No vectors. At this low.
Stop filled.
Okay, well, we've been stopped out. Made $270. So was that the low of the day? That's the question. I don't think so. Let's see if we get another re-entry here. See what it does here at the VWAP. VWAP's not really selling off. Does look like we're failing on this 15-second.
Order filled.
And try it again. Break even stops. Might get triggered here. Taken out again. See how it came back and kind of tested this triple bottom that we had that it previously broke from. So it's like a break, retest, continuation down. The only thing is I don't like these wicks. I want to see this fully sweep to the lows if it's going to do it. Looks like now are we finally going to get that break? There we go. We've officially taken. See if they can actually break through it. Not much of a wick. Let's see if we can let this one ride. Just doing one contract today. Hour 50 EMA is awfully close by to 100 EMA. Sorry, not the 50. So on the 15 second, this was kind of like a little M formation at the top of New York. Asian low kind of marked off right here. Actually, it's about right there. They may wick up and test that again. We're currently up 1200. It's right here, 1200. Still have no 1 minute vector, so I'm not worried about closing my trade just yet. We're slowly working towards this 4 hour EMA. We had a red vector. Okay, so we've got some volume. Looks like we are going to sweep that 279. We have another $20, 20 points to hit to get to that. could be... Was that close enough? Let's check the 4 hour. I really think we're just... No, we haven't hit it. I think we're going to keep working our way down. There's the 4 hour 200. Awfully close to it. Oh, we have multiple red vectors coming in now. 2 on the 1. 5 minute? What are we doing? 5 minute? Okay, there's our alert. It just tapped it. A violet on the 5. This could be a reversal. Would be kind of odd for it just to barely tap the 200 and go. But now we're looking for some kind of a formation below Asian low. We want to see this keep creeping down. Honestly, I'd like to see it come down to retest like 23,000 would be great, but that might be a bit of a stretch. So we're starting to kind of curl up here a bit. I don't feel like this is just a complete reversal right here though. Yeah, we keep getting pressure selling down. I'm actually going to move my stops, I think, from break even to just about where... I'll do a mental stop just in case it's just wicks. That 23,295 is definitely getting some interest. Okay, now I am going to actually move my stop there because if it comes right back up to that wick again. Back at the 200 EMA on the 4 hour. See if we can actually break lower. If so, I like having my stop here at this level. Okay, so there was a little baby top wick on the top of this one, so it does not have to flip up in my mind. I'm not getting any gaps. This looks like just true selling pressure. This position is currently up $2,400. Let's see if it can continue breaking the lows. I'm gonna move this to the 5 minute. Check and see. There's really the only next 5 minute imbalances are going to be down here at the range weekly low. Does it have to go that far? No. And actually we kind of had this trend line going on yesterday. Like here. Let's see if this does anything. Trend line through here. See, you kind of have to have your own this one maybe. This is why I don't use trend lines, especially on NASDAQ. I just don't like them. Oh, I guess it decided we're just going to continue free falling. Good job, NASDAQ. So I don't have anything. There is. I'm going to mark these off anyway. There's like this collection of vectors here on the 5. So I am going to mark those off as a possible. If we break through the range daily low and keep pushing, then we might actually come down and this would be like a spiking area. Oh, we're now violet on the 5. We're up 2,600. This might be it for me on this trade. Had an M, level 1, level 2. We should get some kind of like a W formation here before I should have to close though. Let's switch it back to the 1, see what we're looking at. It's not really engulfing quite yet, and there's no, I would expect a longer wick. I think we can come down here. If we do get a W formation, I probably will take the long just back to the VWAP. We just rebroke the lows again. Okay, I'm actually going to move my stops to that previous 1 minute wick. This would be an odd formation for a W. Ooh, 853. Somebody didn't like something. Okay, we're going to tighten this up just because of how this is acting. It got really busy all of a sudden there on the 1. Very aggressive. I think we are going to get another push down. If it flips, I don't want to be in it. Come on, push. I'm going to trail this really tightly. Eventually it'll catch me. I just know it. But we're up 3,800. Getting smaller and smaller on the wicks here. This could be like a really nasty reversal. And we're at the range weekly low. See if they can go take the range daily low.
Stop filled.
Oh, and I'm stopped out, so I'm going to exit all positions. Great trade. Took us out. And that candle finished violet. I'm actually going to switch accounts here. And I like this for a buy.
Order filled.
We are going to keep it tight. If she starts re-breaking the lows, I don't want to be in it. So I'm going to put a sell 1 stop. That way it will knock me out if yeah, we're going to wait.
Order filled.
Okay. This might be a continuation downward. Negative 160. New 1 minute candle. See if we can push down and get the bottom wick. If it holds here, I'm in again. Nope. It looks like we're going to flush the bottom again. Continuation downward. There we go. See if we can take range daily low. Not in it, but that would have been a good re-entry. 4 or 5. Stagnation. I like this.
Order filled.
So we basically we broke lower. We didn't go very far though. Yep. And that was that 4-hour candle that I was looking to take back. I am going to keep the stops really tight on this though. I need to see it break that previous high. This one. Yep, we want to see it break back above. We have this. Move my stop right to there. So we're basically at a break-even stop. I want to see this push. Otherwise, they might decide to hold this until later. If it wants to fail. We're basically just kind of watching it here. There's no top wick on this 1 minute candle. So either it's getting stuck, but it should flip. And we should at least retest the 13 EMA on the 1 minute. Okay, so it flipped and made a top wick. Makes me a little bit nervous. I am going to move my stops to break even. Just in case it wants to come back down for the range daily low. The only thing is this puts my stops actually in a bad spot. Puts me right at like an inverted head and shoulder kind of move here. So we'll just take the loss if it decides to completely break it. Right there it would have taken my stop. Okay, if it starts going for that wick, I don't want to be in it. That's what I like to see. Now we have some volume coming in. This should be a green candle. I am moving stops back to break even. Notice how it came down and retested this previous low, but didn't quite break this low. So this is like basically your first higher low. I do really like this trade. I like this trade a lot. Let's see if we should at least be able to go back to 264. Yeah, back to the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. If it decides to fail at this same price point again and swoop lower, then at least I'm protected. Oh, blue vector, dang it. Blue is good at the lows, but it just means it might want to come back and pick this blue vector up again, so it's very risky leaving my stop here at break even for that. We're gonna do it anyway. This is the first time I've actually broke above these previous wicks. doesn't really mean a lot. No bottom wick. Oh, it is 9:01. Tricky, tricky. They're actually gonna push out with conviction here or no? This is one of those trades I would really want to hold for a long period of time, possibly. Like if I was buying for, to hold it for a week or something like that, this could be a trade worth holding. Obviously the stops would be bigger. Kind of rolling over on the 15. Kind of retesting those previous two 15-second wicks. See if we can actually push up and leave this area. We're getting kind of stuck here at the 13. Let me see what this looks like on the 5. Actually, is this the 1? No, this is the 5. Let me switch this one to the 1. 5 minute. Like it's a stopping volume candle, all right, and it finished blue, right on the range weekly low. That's so hard, and it's right at the new hour, basically. Put this back on the 1 minute. Kind of see what she does here. Besides get wicky. They might want to come back down for... I don't know, seems like we're just selling off again, huh? I can always re-enter. Yeah, we're just gonna cut that, because this does look like it wants to continue down, maybe. Yet. This looks pretty strong. Like we should break the lows again here. Yep. I'm be ready to buy if this just absolutely reverses right here. Does not look like it. There we go. We're in. Tight stops. We don't want to give back too much. Stop just below this previous wick. Close. Yep. Okay, it is going to keep going. So, now it's just how deep is it going to go? So we're going to wait. We're now below the range daily low. vector on the 1. Retesting this area. Chart elements. We are going to remove that. There, a little cleaner chart now to look at. Break lower. Looks like 23,000 is where? 23. We're going to put a little alert right here. That's a nice little pop. Back up.
Order filled.
We're gonna try this because this actually. Or was that the retest? I should have waited for a vector on the 1.
Stop filled.
So it looks like they are going to come for this. Okay, so they're going to aim for 23,000. It's 100 points.
Order filled.
We're just going to kind of aim for 2330 here. If we can get a sweep lower. It is being a little slow here, picking up stuff. There we go. We're going to move to break even. Just in case.
Stop filled.
Alright. Yeah, that's why we didn't mind getting stopped out. Okay, so see, we have a lot more buyers kind of stepping in here. We're starting to get a little more like pushy. I'm going to remove everything. We still don't have a vector on the 1 yet.
Order filled.
You should get another push down here.
Stop filled.
Nope. Okay, we've taken a couple consecutive losses here. Trying to short the lows, trying to continue the trend. See what this looks like on the 5. There it goes. Man, I still like this for a sell. I think I might just be trying to run my stops too tight.
Stop filled.
stop for a bit and kind of take a break, take the headset off. I'm gonna come back to this later. No. Is it finally gonna do it? It sure seems like it. I really think we're going to 23,000. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I say that, and then I want to long this again. Oh, the psychology is brutal. Let's see, do we have... We haven't even hit the 50s yet.
Order filled.
No. See how we came right back down to where we started? This just does not look like a prime reversal spot. Crazy, but this just does not look like a bottom. It's just stuck. Seems like it was trying to decide if it wanted to hold the 100 mark or not. 23,100? I don't know. This just looks very stagnant. Like we're just gonna rip lower. Expect it to come back up and retest right where my entry is. if we can go take 23,000. I don't have any 1-minute imbalances down here, but we know that this is a group of like 5-minute imbalances. What did we bounce off of? 64. Like Nintendo 64. Nah. I don't believe that at all. Really? Oh, that is dirty. Up, green vector on the 1. Let's see if they can at least come back down into it. We're getting close though. Now we have volume coming in, so I don't want to sit in this too long. Let's see what they do with this. And you know what? This could easily flip, so we are gonna move stops to break even. We'll see what they do here first. See if this is just gonna start ripping back the other way now that we took back the green vector on the 1. Yep, I'm out.
Filled.
And what do I think of this? I think we're still coming down again. That's what I think. Apparently NASDAQ says otherwise. That's a nice push again. Okay, we're finally getting some volume here. You know, we always want it to go, you know, back in short once we're short, but this might be an interesting range. We've got a wick here at 129. This is probably where I should have added another contract. We're just going to take it back to, the VWAP. I don't like that this was also a green vector. This technically could be them building to go short again. Maybe another leg down later. And see these 14 to 170, so there's like a $50 range there. I'm moving stops to break even, just in case they do decide to roll over and come back down for this green vector. Promising. This is 5-minute. Which one? No, we need to move this to 5 so that way I can check it faster. Nice long wick on the 5. See how far we were below these EMAs. Now would be great. Would be it'd be a great time to come back and take back this wick at least 215. I could see it coming back to 215. Unless it decides it wants to clear out down here to 23,000. That was a kind of a fast push up. Maybe we'll just start taking profit every time I hit 500.
Order filled.
I really think that they could come back down. I'm going to be interested in longs again if they take this out. Like 2 a T, maybe I can get in there. Okay, this is actually where we rejected previously. Right here, this wick. So I don't have to run it really tight through here. We're really kind of watching that yellow line. Man, don't tell me that I should have just held on to that long. Really? You're not going to come back down for this? Move this up just a little bit, just so that way we're not in this line of wicks right here. I don't really see that as a bounce point. Oh, there was a pair of double wicks here. Just funny how NASDAQ bounces off of these little things like this. Yes, roll over. That way I can move my stop tighter. Test. Try doing it this way. Hold on. I'm going to turn off the desktop audio. I'm going to turn off the mic for a minute. Mic. Okay, so I have the mic working. I'm gonna turn the mic off for a second. How about now? Okay, it looks like we have sound back again. It's always fun. Okay, so now we're basically targeting this green vector on the 1 minute. Not sure we actually think it's going to break lower than that. That price is 084.25, 84.75 there. We'll at least mark that part off. And we are going to move stops to break even, because if this comes back up, then I'm really wrong. It needs to flush this wick that it just created on the 15-second, or else I'm going to have to cut it. Push, there you go. Can we push lower? We're like right there. See if we can actually push lower than that green vector. Okay, so new 1 minute candle can usually come up and then push down, or vice versa. It already kind of created a top wick here on the 1, so that looks promising. We're going into this green vector, which is imbalances on the 1. We have a whole bunch of them upside, but FOMC does not come out until later. I'm waiting to see what it does here at this gold line that I set, which is basically the bottom of this. Usually once they start eating one of these vectors, they'll eat the whole thing on the 1 minute. Let's see if we can continue pushing down, although it does look iffy. Okay, so we barely wicked into it on the new 1 minute candle. Okay, we're gonna take it. See how it basically wicked right to the bottom of that. Hypothetically, I would be considering a long from here. So I'm gonna close this out and I'm gonna wait and see what it does. Actually, no, we're in again. We're gonna put this up. Well, they still left this little wick here. Yep, and notice this entry was at this one. Well, this might have been a trashy move. I liked that reaction. Look, see how they came down and they took that last little bit. So now I don't want them to come back down again into this wick, because then that just tells me that they're going to go lower. I really want to go get my coffee, but I need this 1 minute candle to at least touch the 13 EMA. Oh, we're getting slow. Okay, there's a 50% of that 1 minute wick, or 1 minute candle. Looks like it's trying to flip back up. I don't really want it to break the low. Or, yeah, I might get get stopped out here.
Stop field.
Bah humbug. That's okay. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break here because my coffee's cold. Oh, this is looking juicy for another long position. They're not breaking lower. I'm trying to be patient. A violet 1 minute vector down here to spike the low again would be great. Great.
Order filled.
See how that just looks like a huge SW? Then we had another W within this one. I really don't think. It's all probabilities, right? So I don't think it's gonna come down from this point. Zoomed out on the 15-second right now just because it's kind of doing my head in. Alright, we're picking up speed at 9:35, really? Really, NASDAQ? It's about to change time frames again. Let's see. Are we really going to work towards these? I don't know, we kind of look like we got a shelf going on here. This should flip and shift out again, but... Just curious, what's the TDI? TDI... Not really telling me a whole lot. It's okay. I really want to see this come back to like here. Or like there. What does that put us at? That only puts us... Wow, that's interesting. How far is that? Ugh, 400 ticks. NASDAQ is slicing and dicing. It's getting busy. This looks like this thing might just roll over. Oh my gosh. Well, See, we have these imbalances below. I don't know. It looks like it ran out of sellers or something. You'd think that they'd have like a stack of buyers at 23,000. So rude. So rude. Yeah, I think they are going to come down again. Yep. Okay, so does that mean that 23,000 is on the cards officially? Does that mean? New 5-minute candle. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. Well, good. This will be an example. This is what you don't want it to do on a W pattern. It's like the furthest thing from a W pattern. This is raunchy.
Stop filled.
And we're good with that. This would only make me mad if it was like a red vector or violet vector on the 1 minute. Because we've been trading in this box, right? So if they push below this box and then just come right back up again, that would be naughty. But wouldn't be the first. Kind of like what they're doing here on the 15-second. See if they can, yeah, there they go. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Okay, so 5-minute imbalance. Oh, they barely swept the low, came right back up. 57, really? Damn.
Order filled.
They're right back in the box, aren't they? Or are they going to reject the box? It's another stopping volume green candle. Really needs to hold. Yep, see, I basically grabbed it for a long thinking it was coming right back into the box, and instead it rejected the box and is coming down again. But there's no top wick on the 1 minute. So this could flip. And I bet if we look on the 5, oh, they didn't take all of it back. That makes me nervous. Okay, now they just created the top wick on this 1 minute candle. Yeah, this needs to flip and go back in this box area that I had drawn earlier. Looking like a no. looking like a no. Looking like a hoe for show, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So I typically run like a 50 tick stop. This one I let it go further than what I typically do just based off of this previous wick. But if this 1 minute candle flips, I don't want to be in it anymore. I can't think there. That's my cutoff if this 1 minute candle flips. Watching and waiting looks like a continuation down. That's interesting. A 1 minute finish with no bottom wick. Might be good for me. Okay, so these little mini rallies have been running what, about, say from here to here. What is that? About, it's almost 100 points. So if we run it back and say it rejects the 50, right? Be about 80 points. Oh yeah, lovely rejection.
Order filled.
We're just gonna get out of that. Whoa, that was interesting. Okay, maybe now we'll finally get that 23,000. So total for the day, we're up like 3,000. That's okay. This thing keeps enticing me to want to go long. I think we're so close to the 23,000 now, it's just like, I really need to wait. Let's see, 4-hour candle. Oh, we are right here. Look, this is where we bounced from previously. Twice, actually. Ooh.
Order filled.
Yeah, we're gonna let this one run. We've got 2 violets on the 4-hour. And I had missed this earlier. I'm actually gonna remove this. Yes, remove them. Wait, no, I need to leave that there. Okay, leaving that one there. But I want to mark this off. right there is a 4-hour. It's okay, we're sitting down another $100, but that's okay. Okay, so that's a 4-hour wick bottom, right? Right there. And then here, we'll make it gray. That way I don't get it confused. Style. I'll just make it thin. Yeah, like that. Okay. So right... Okay, that does not look gray. I'll make it paler. Okay. Okay, so that gives us an idea. Here was also one. Oh, that's interesting. That was also Asian low. Yep, there's another 4-hour wick bottom. As well as this one, which was last week's low. All this is going to do is let me mark off areas that were previous 4-hour wick bottoms. 4-hour wick bottom. Okay. We need to make this gray as well. Was that all of them? 4-hour, 4-hour, 4-hour. Okay. And then we're going to put this on. Check the 15-minute while we're here. Okay, so all red. Nice strong push down. This was that W I had guessed that they were going to do earlier. They just went a little bit lower. The 4-hour wick bottom is right basically here where it's at that 42. So I'm gonna mark it. How far are we from the psychological levels? I'm pretty sure I put them on here. Nope, I did not. Hmm. 2338. Y'all, that next 4-hour wick bottom is pretty far. 777. Hey, that is not what I wanted it to do. Sorry, I think this is not a buy the dip kind of situation here. We are getting some crazy bounces though. Okay, I can now remove these. I don't think this is done yet. We are now in the last 5 minutes of this 1 hour vector. I'm not looking for it to take back all of these price points, but that's definitely it has done crazier things. This 15-second doesn't know what it wants to do. I'm not getting any real... Getting some good bounces, but it's because we're coming up to the next hour. There's a blue vector at 44 on the 1 hour. I don't think this will just be like a flip reversal on the hourly. It's 9:57. mental fortitude is starting to get sleepy. Got 1 more minute to the close of this 1 hour candle. Could this be the second leg of a W formation on the 1? If we assume that this was leg 1 and that this is leg 2, because we do have a micro W structure. I just don't know if there's enough volume in this. We got this. And the fact that this was a 4-hour wick bottom. Ooh, that was a snappy start to the hour. What in the world? Green vector on the 1. Well, let's see if this buying spree can continue. How much room should I give it? Not very much. Let's just look at this on like a blank 5 minute. What does that look like on a 5? It actually looks like this could be the bottom on the 5. I don't know. So it would look prettier if these were vectors on the 5. Okay, so they came down and took back this green vector on the 1, which is good that they did it fast. You want them to recover the vectors quickly. The only problem is I don't have anything. The next set of vectors on the 1 is up here at 2200, and I just don't know if that's where we're headed right now. Mas Cafe.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Did you know Apple Card is designed to help you pay off your balance faster with...
Oh man, my music was over. This is actually what I typically like to listen to while I trade. See if we can get back in the swing of things. This really looks like kind of got a shelf going on here. This 5 minute came down, took back some liquidity. As much as I want to add 2 positions, I'm trying to keep my positions light today. It's just wait and see what it does. I just realized it's not giving me the volume on Tradeabate. Usually it will. Is it doing it on this one? No. Well, that's annoying. I have to restart my whole computer. Or not, no, not my whole computer. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice. So we're now in the second leg. Possibly retest up to the 50. Possibly. I have to remind myself that today is not a normal trading day. FOMC minutes are later. Be right back.
To start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works. First, go to riverside.fm and open an account, and then you'll be able to capture high-quality video and audio from practically anywhere in the world. When it comes to editing, Riverside is perfect for beginners, even if you have zero experience.
I really gotta find a new music source. Okay, so we're starting to get... I got rudely interrupted, as usual. Heard the little lady coming. I'm just gonna put a break even stop on here. I should have done that earlier. So one stop. Just to be safe, because I had to walk away from the computer. We're back above the 100s. This was a shove. Okay, so they'll probably pull back and retest somewhere into this box. Could come all the way down to the bottom of the box. I hope not. is starting to slow down a little bit. 5 minute looks fine. So that's a 13. Oh, I did the wrong one. I wanted this one. Okay, so it's actually looking like this was a micro W. It had no vectors in it, but there was vectors around it showing something was changing. It's not exactly a sniper entry. So we're sitting at like plus 1,000 right now on one contract. I don't think this is a continuation down. But for those using trend lines, we have a trend line here, here. Well, then it would have bounced off the trend line here. This would have been the retest already. So I think that's fine. And 4 hour. Well, that's interesting. Violet then red. Usually it's red then violet. Like this. Red, violet. I'm gonna go back and look and just see red vectors at the lows like that. Here was one. That must have opened the next day, gapped up and just ran. Is there another one? Here's one in New York, but then blue recovered it. See, usually we get red and then green. So maybe? Go back. Okay, it looks like we still have some buyers in the market. So, because I am going to try and hold this trade back to the VWAP, it could actually retrace all the way back down to the 50.
If you want to build an app and have no idea how
Alright, I'm actually going to close this trade because we are back at VWAP.
Order filled.
Not looking for it to actually continue running, even though I think that was the W we had been looking for. So because I had given up money earlier on this trade and I didn't get a great entry, we're now sitting at 4,900 for the day so far. I would expect it to pull back here off the range weekly low at some point. Maybe not. This might actually be a better target, something right around the 214 right here. And then once, I think they're actually going to save all of this for FOMC up top, but they could just keep on going. It's a really nice move. Alrighty, well I'm actually going to cut the stream and go take some Advil. My head's starting to bother me.